Now, the veritable history of humanity is not akin to its memory, especially in modernity, when people are the prisoners of the present and tell histories they were indoctrinated with. No, that's not to invalidate history. That is to say that in ancient times, such miracles as levitation, climbing up on the air, plenty of materialized beings, whether ethereal or otherwise, were much more commonplace. How do I know? Well, once upon a time, in 2014, not far away from here, entrusting myself to my gods, I was visited by an ancient hero that embodied into me. And in this trust, this total faith, suspended in a couple of minutes, I was dancing in the mud. It was a rainy day. So I accomplished some impossible acrobatic features, including climbing upon the air as if defying gravity. How come? Well, I speculated that the hero created a vril or ki or chi cocoon around my body so that I could defy gravity. Now, I wouldn't repeat this scenario anyway, and I wouldn't want to. What would happen if those controlled sources would be unleashed? Well, people would start materializing their thought forms, unprepared minds, emotions, and hearts. That would be a complete contradiction of the civilized, nowadays, modernity. People would go insane, hells would be unleashed. All the weird things would start materializing. Now, the precondition of this kind of event would be a releasing of the geomagnetic sources. In other words, a repolarization that would put the world at 1,000 to 1,200 years, based on Pittsburgh simulation of multipolarity of Earth. That means that none of the geomagnetic sources would be controlled. The heavens would collapse. The hells would be set loose. Like 780,000 years ago was the last full repolarization and stabilization that took thousands of years. The Bruns Matuyama event. So, that is a thought I leave you with. That someone wedged into those sources and started disposing of them architecturally on Earth, and started rewarding the loyalists and authorizing the traitors. Now, what was common in the ancient times, or common amongst masters and maestras, is not common in the modernity on Earth. And building upon this civilizational lie for centuries and centuries and centuries, when such an event would occur, it would cause chaos. People wouldn't know what is real, what is not, what is true, what is not. They would go insane. The root cause of this mishap, this chaotic result, was tapping into those magical occult sources of planet Earth by illicit traitors, and afterwards authorizing their own for the purpose of exploiting the rest. Now, this is, let's say, invisible government of Earth nowadays. However, I leave it as a form of a warning that if that event anytime in the future will occur, either by solar micronovae or by sustained CMEs that will bombard Earth and cause the repolarization to happen in the Sun-Earth connection, people would go insane. People would go crazy. Some would start seeing, some would be possessed, some others would killing spree, some would cry, some would be destroyed and devastated. They wouldn't understand because they wouldn't be prepared. Now, the remaining part is who will survive. Those with ethos, those with training, masters, maestros, those who would know how to direct themselves and not to plunge into this total chaos. Run to the hills, so to say, and survive. Now, this event, I guess, won't happen anytime soon. No flying, no levitation, no materializations out of thin air. Some of us get a glimpse of it, as I mentioned in the situation before. Some of us get a glimpse of the black earth and the demonic worlds, and the other side seen ethereally with second sight. And this argument I leave with you, so that you know that there is something much more to it than your very short-lived collective memories that may or may not align with the true history of Earth. Thank you.